What's going on, guys?
I'm Levita Josue.
I'm Antonio Ache.
And this is Comrom, where we do nerdy reviews
with the occasional booze.
The ARROWVERSE has branched out yet again, and we're here to talk about every single second of its newest show, Stargirl.
We're going to pop in a quick spoiler warning because we're going to talk about all of the episodes that have aired so far.
After the Crisis crossover, we lost a show that started it all, Arrow. But even though Arrow is over, the ARROWVERSE still continues to grow. Arrow and the Canaries had a backdoor pilot that went super well. Superman and Lois even have a show set in Metropolis where we were all hoping that it would give us our first look at Diggle's Green Lantern. But today we're talking about the latest in the long line of shows.
We learned right out the gate that not only are heroes like a regular thing on Earth 2, but they were so big they got their own name. It was the Golden Age of Heroes. And it ended around 10 years ago.
In true Arrowverse style, a flashback shows us that Joe Mantel's Starman and the rest of the JSA are in a serious scuffle. Thank God Luke Wilson's Stripey is there to name all the heroes that are unknown to the average audience, so pretty much all of them.
Icicle Sr. pops out of nowhere with this fatal strike for Starman, and then he steps up to showcase that Bobby Drake didn't look that bad for 2006 graphics. In the next scene, we witness Starman's death. And the first sprinklings of what seemed like legit humor when he tells Stripey to pass his mantle on to anyone but himself. Cut to Courtney Whitmore and family moving. And in the background, somebody's doing an unnecessary cover of MMMBop. God, I hope this music budget gets better.
After the first day of school, Courtney tells Pat,
"You're not my dad!"
So we all know that she's a moody teenager, and then she angrily explores the garage and finds the cosmic staff. They mentioned earlier that she likes gymnastics, which makes sense when the staff leads her to the park to show off some flips and tricks before taking on her first fight. Following that, there's a quick debate with Pat about who her father was, which could have easily came to an end by showing off the picture in her locket, but then the staff takes her on her first adventure in a mashup with Brainwave, who just happens to be the owner of the car she blew up earlier.
The second episode starts with Stripe showing up to save Courtney after her run-in with one of the supervillains that offed her pops. I personally appreciate how they take the time to mention how lame those names were back in the day. Cause Injustice Society? Come on. I can't even consider you a supervillain organization if you can't come up with a better name than Opposite Guys.
The next episode is used to show some of Brainwave's powers and make it known that a lot of the characters that we're going to see this season pretty much all live in the same town. That episode ends with the duo of Stargirl and the newly named Stripe battling it out with Brainwave in a school parking lot where apparently a bunch of stuff goes on and the cameras don't work because no one's ever watching. After they defeat Brainwave, we see that Icicle Sr. and at least one other villain are also in town that are up to no good.
The next two episodes, we see Courtney just cavalierly conversing about the JSA all out in the open. Then she gives this gear to her friends without even testing the resolve of the people she's giving it to. And that fact is never more clear than when she gives the hourglass to our kid, because he definitely didn't earn the name Our Man, because the first thing he did when given the power of all that strength was damage somebody's property on purpose.
There's still a bunch of gear to be claimed, including the Helmet of Fate and that pink pen that they keep showing. Drop a comment down below and let us know if you know what's going on with that.
After they all get geared up, they try to take on the Gambler, but his hired muscle takes him down with little to no effort. The only thing that saves the day is the fact that Stripe shows up, and apparently Tigress and Sportsmaster have a no-mex clause in their contract.
Fresh off their first defeat as a team, the teens regroup at Pat's garage where he allows them to keep their roles in the JSA, but they're gonna need some major training.
Obviously.
When they attempt to begin training, Courtney gets all loony in the head when she decides to go at it alone, because using your staff to put somebody in a coma once makes you a pro. Who are you, Oliver's daughter? Well, that doesn't last long, because in the end, Stargirl eats a big helping of humble pie after she got her ass beat by the Dragon Princess, aka Shiv. She would have surely been outed or maybe even killed if it wasn't for the slightly amnesia Shining Knight that jumps in and saves the day.
As per usual, we got questions.
Hella questions.
When are we going to see the rest of the teens get out there? Like the villain kids, Artemis and Icicle Jr.
Are we going to see a cameo from Dr. Fate or maybe even the Flash?
Ooh. When are they going to let Grundy out of that cage? I want to see that.
So as always, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit the bell icon and subscribe so you don't miss a single thing that we got coming. Until the next time that a teen finds an ancient relic that's only controlled by gymnastics.
I'm Levita Josue.
And I've been Antonio Ache.
And this is Comrom, where we do nerdy reviews
with the occasional boost.